Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Pray for Death. Apologies for the late start today. We've just been doing some tech stuff behind the screen in order to make sure that our brand new character is on screen, animated, and for you guys can see all the cool stuff. So let's just do a quick test because I didn't get a chance to. Callie, can I get you to give us a sound check?
Hello, this is me.
Yeah, it works. Thank God. Anyway, hi. Because we are a little bit, we are running late, I'm going to do this in speed mode. So first of all, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We are a tabletop role-playing game, a game in which my lovely players take on the role of the protagonist of an adventure while I, the narrator, try to keep up. We have a number of sponsors who help us look as amazing as we do all the time, and as I'm sure you've already noticed, one of our sponsors is none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful art you can see on screen here. They have just released Raccoon Folk, which is absolutely perfect for the Tanuki, which is a playable ancestry in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, of which Callie's new character is a Tanuki, so it literally came out at the most perfect time. So yeah, if you get a chance to, go check it out. It's amazing. It's awesome. Yay. Then, of course, we have none other than our lovely folks over at Sirenscape for the beautiful music you will hear, and Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, where you can see in the background here all of our virtual tabletop stuff. Sorry, real quick, I think someone's TV is a little too loud.
Gabrielle.
Yes. But yes, anyway, background, Fantasy Grounds, dice rollers, rules, all this cool stuff. Go check that out because it's what connects us as players online. Because why play in person when you have a whole world of role-playing game enthusiasts to connect to and bond to, like these awesome people who are my Patreons, who we now get to turn our gaze over in order to tell you about the characters that they're playing. We're going to go in reverse order real quick. We have none other from the bottom right-hand side of your screen, Kailu, the elven archer, an assassin and sniper, played by the one and only Cookiemon Steve.
Why, hello all. I had to quickly unmute because I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I'm Steve. I play Kailu.
Done.
He's an elf ranger.
Yep. Yep, we got it. We're speeding through this because we're almost at half past. So yes, you don't need to do your intros this time, but I just want to say hi anyway. Then of course we have Balsam, the Blood Mage Assassin, played by our wonderful friend Matt from All Things Fantasy.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm well, thank you. Then we have playing the role of the Tinkerer / Alchemist / Grenadier Hobgoblin Rondak. We have none other than Lucas, aka Mr. Game and Art.
Hello.
Then playing the very enigmatic and mysterious assassin of the Dampier lineage, Pietro, played by the wonderful and incredible Mac Bluff. Hi, Mac.
Hi, Dick.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you today?
I'm well. My hair is feeling voluminous and bouncy. Yeah. And then last but not least.
Sorry, did you have the hat on? So any twirling of the ponytail
Well,
was not
it's tucked into the back of my shirt too, so I have to.
There we go. Yeah, voluminous.
There we go. And then of course we have, last but certainly not least, we have a new character, but a familiar face. I mean, kinda. Not a familiar face. A familiar... Anyway. Calindria.
Voice?
Yeah. Calindria playing the role of the new character who will be introduced in today's episode, Meg. Hi, Callie.
Hello.
How are you?
I are good. How are you?
I'm good.
I know you're good.
Are you
I've heard.
excited? Are you excited for the introduction of your new character?
Excited, nervous, both combined.
Nice. I love
blending
it.
nicely.
I love it. I love it. Fantastic. So for the time being, just so that everyone knows, and this is just a PSA in general, Callie and I spoke at length about the new character, and I want to tell all the GMs out there in the world, you do not need to Your players don't need to kill themselves in order to have them swap characters. If they're not vibing or not feeling a character in particular, have conversations like the one that me and Kelly had. That way, either you find a way to bring to life the character that you want to be telling and tell the story that you want to tell, or we change characters up. The other character can get a nice little send-off and a reason to not travel with the group, and then a new character can step in quite easily, and we are about to show you how to do that in today's game. So yeah, look forward to that. All right, then of course we have our lovely audience to thank. Guys, thank you so much for donating your time and being here. You guys are absolutely freaking incredible. Thank you to everyone who donates towards our DAG survival check and keeping the lights on here at my channel and at my home, especially amidst the crippling incidences that are happening in my house right now. It is actually quite tragic, and I thank everyone for the sympathies that they have given me. Honestly, I don't know how I am surviving. It is entirely because of your kindness and generosity that I'm able to survive this very new Warhammer addiction that is now crippled my household. Yeah, I wish I were lying. It's very sad.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm addicted to Warhammer. Means I'm spending thousands of dollars on tiny figurines. Yeah.
Regular or 40K?
40K. I haven't
dear.
gotten into regular yet. Yeah, no, I've got the Necron so far. I'm like $500 away from owning one of every model at least.
Yeah, we just got Lucas the the Space Wolves or something. I don't know what the hell they're called.
Oh,
you know.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I've rocked the Necrons because I've liked them since like Dawn of War, like in the early 2000s when I played the video game and stuff like that. Honestly, some of the models are so big, it makes me wonder like if they make maps big enough, because like they're just like, it's like, oh cool, there we go. Now what do I do? And I'm having fun.
They are the map.
I will say the maps are pretty big because the Canadian Championship is live right now.
Oh,
for
is it?
Warhammer,
Oh, well, there you
and I've been
go.
watching it today. And the maps are pretty big. There's a whole tape measure involved. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I've seen the ones that they
Warhammer
do.
40K probably coming to Dag's channel in the future.
No, just
That's just recent on herself and all of our friends into Rogue Trader, and she says that it's inevitable that she will drag me by my ankles into Rogue Trader as well.
yeah, that's fair. Well,
Dag,
there you
you
go.
scared me so bad. Why would you do that?
Because it's fun, and I'm an actor. I am born and die by melodrama. Anyway, so yes. Anyway, donations, guys. Thank you so much. Yes, by the way, all of my stuff does go towards my survival checks and things like that. And if they don't, then you find out about it, because I am that's the kind of person I want to be. So there you go. What were we doing? We were doing, first of all, channel points. You can earn channel points just by watching the show. There are a ton of rewards there, so go check those out. Inspiration, insight bonuses, wandering monsters, divine healing, tons of cool things. Go check them out. Then we have our monetary donations, which go towards more tangible results throughout the game. We have our $5 donation, which are hero points or jinx points. Hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, and roll with advantage. Jinx points, which I don't have any, but hopefully I will at some point. They will be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. We then have our $10 donation, which is a draw for one of two decks of cards. The first deck is a deck of heroic actions, where I will draw, the player of your choosing will draw a card and get a free superpower, as well as a emergency hero point. Hey, McClover, thank you so much. Speaking of the devil, McClover, by the way, just real quick, I want to take, because I know life's been busy and stuff like that, and you've been popping in from time to time. It's really, really good to see you. I just want to say, I hope that you and your family are doing well. I hope that you are living the best life that you can. It is always a pleasure to see you, my friend. And whatever you are getting up to and whatever is tickling your fancy, I hope that you embrace it with everything you've got, because you are a very, very kind, very generous, and very wonderful individual, and I do definitely miss your face. So yes, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for the heroic action for each of my players. Let's resolve this now while I've got the cards in front of me. I think there was also a donation from Schoolie earlier on, maybe. Schoolie.
There was.
What did Schoolie do? No.
He is my new favorite human. That's what he did.
Oh, a gear set to welcome Meg. Oh, I love that. Okay, I've got just the thing for Meg too, and that was the first thing I thought of, was what was the first gear set piece. Okay, so I will get you the gear set when we get that. But yeah, okay. So, Kylo, give me a number between 1 to 5.
You're muted.
This is what I call
where I put the screen.
I'm gonna call this dance the where's my mute button.
Hello, we have the
Exactly.
Okay.
wizard.
2,
There
1,
it is.
2. Here we go. Last second sidestep. Play when you are targeted by a ranged attack. That attack will automatically miss. All right, that's it. Yeah, just dodge a ranged attack. So that is your free power. It is a one-use power, and you get the free extra hero point that isn't recorded. It is just recorded on your sheet because it is an emergency one. All right, Balsam.
Make it easy. Can I have a 1, please?
Ivan. Tumble past. After you end your movement adjacent to a creature that is larger than you, you may immediately move to the opposite side of that creature and make a stealth check, which does not trigger any reactions.
Thank you.
All right, and that, of course, comes with your extra emergency hero point as well. Rondak.
Let's go with a 3.
1, 2, 3. Here we go. Healing prayer. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting one. We're gonna flavor this to be an alchemical thing. Select yourself or an ally within reach. Because you're level 14, that target now heals 3d8 plus 24 hit points.
You did raise us to 15, by the way.
No, because you're sorry. It says here if you're 12th level or higher, you gain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yep. I'm with you. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
Well, just in case.
Yeah. So this is, by the way, a free action heal. To be clear, that's what makes this special. Is it does not take an
okay.
Yeah, it does not take an action. So this is a free action heal for you or an ally for 3d8 plus 24.
That is going to come in handy sooner rather than later, I'm sure.
Probably. Okay. Und then Pietro.
Can I have 5, please?
Yes, you may. Fluid motion. For the rest of your turn, you will gain a climb. I'm going to say for the rest of the encounter, you can gain a climb speed, swim speed, equal to half your current speed. If you make a horizontal leap, you increase the distance by 10. So I'm just going to say that in order to make that a little bit tastier, yes, to the end of the encounter or whatever scene you happen to be in, you will gain a climb speed or a swim speed equal to half your speed and increase your jump distance by 10 foot. So there you go. Done und done.
Dankeschön.
All right. And last but not least, Meg.
1.
Van. All right. And we have Daring Attempt. Here we go. Play at the start of your turn. Select one skill that you are untrained in. For the purposes of this skill, for this check, you are considered trained in it. And if you have not used that skill before the end of your next turn, or succeeded it, you regain this ability. So basically, you can make it. So you make a skill check with something that you're not trained in. If you fail that check still, you regain this card. And can use it again.
All right.
Yeah. But it can only be used on a skill that you aren't trained in.
Yep.
Okay. Cool?
Sounds good.
Nice. So that was our first $10 award, by the way. So thank you to McClover for that very generous array of heroic actions. Plus, he has just locked out our hero points as well. So thank you for the hero points for my players. A very, very generous donation of 2 hero points for Rondak and 2 hero points for Meg. There we go. All my players are loaded up. So there we go.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Oh, and 2 Jinx points for tag from OG. Ah, thank you, OG. Yay, tag love. Okay. Now, The other $10 reward is a deck of plot twists, of which I will draw 3 of them, and then you get to pick one, or you can get me to draw one completely random one from the deck itself. These plot twists help keep the lights on and allow. Keep the lights on. What am I saying? Keep me on my toes in terms of running the game and running the adventure, because honestly, it's easy to kind of lose yourself in a module, and everything becomes very, very, like, this is what happened to the module, this is what happened to the module. But I like to keep things improv. I like to make things unique. I mean, even this whole arc that we're doing in Port Peril is completely improv. It's not in the actual adventure. But, like, plot twist cards help me kind of keep on my toes, because I have to add things like, Kylo now has an ex-girlfriend who is an important part of the story. Things like this and more are part of it. So, yeah. Then we have a $20 donation, which is, of course, the coveted golden natural 20, which serves as a critical success or a natural 20 roll for my players, because sometimes shit just needs to work. For $50, I have 3 rewards. First is a boss buff, makes a boss super fucking hard. Second is a magic item. This can be a magic item of your design. This can be an item from a gear set that I have designed for a player. Or alternatively, this can be something from that player's wish list. We have provided one thanks to the amazing efforts of Schooling Eye, who has donated to welcome our new player, Meg. So, Meg, would you like to know what your gear item is?
Yes, I would.
So, your item is going to be tied in towards your piracy and your sailing. It is going to be the Gloves of Besmara. The Gloves of Besmara allow you to make, while you are stealthed, a free pickpocket attempt. And in the event that you fail the pickpocket attempt, you automatically are perceived as being innocent by the person you're pickpocketing. So you don't need to make a check to deceive the person you're pickpocketing. You do need to make a check against anyone else in the room.
Yep.
But your target does not perceive it. So yes, these are Besmara's gloves. Now there is a secret effect here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the secret effect is that when using coins, and this is something that your character knows, that you, the player, knows, but your character doesn't know. That's the one. And that is when you hand people coins using the Gloves of Besmara, it doubles the coins that you give them, but one of those coins is an illusion.
Okay.
So effectively, if you hand someone 1 gold, or try to hand someone 1 gold, 2 gold coins will appear in your hand. You will be aware of which is which. You can hand them the illusion one, or you can hand them a real one.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's a hidden thing from you. Like, you don't know that yet, but that is also part of your Besmara's glove ability.
All right.
Cool?
Yep, got it all down.
All right, thank you, Schooly Eye. So yes, magic item. And then lastly, for the $50, the third tier thing that we can get is the draw from the Harrow deck. The Harrow deck is a fortune-telling card deck, which is filled with prophecies of the future. If our heroes attempt to follow the prophecy, they will get a critical success in what they're attempting to do. And each of the cards is tied to a skill, a stat. And any stat roll that any member of our group makes is at a bonus, as well as a once per encounter reroll on anything using those stats. So this can be spells, these can be ranged attacks, depends on what the card is, but yeah. Then we have a $100 secret menu item. Here's the $100 secret menu item. Ready? Mutiny aboard the ship. As you know, our heroes are on their way to the Metagalti Isles. As they are on their way to the Metagalti Isles, they are boarding a vessel belonging to Helena, Kailu's ex-girlfriend, who's going to take them all the way to the place where they hope to exact their revenge. $100, and I am going to set a mutiny aboard their ship, where our heroes will then have to deal with a bunch of rambunctious pirates trying to take over the vessel from Helena. And basically having to, they'll throw our players off overboard because, like, we don't want to go to the isle. We're going to go become pirates. Well, we're going to become better pirates. Ha 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 ha. That's the thing. Cool? We good?
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. We are way behind, but yes, here we go. So, without any further ado, when last we left our epic adventurers, On the in the city of Port Peril, our heroes had managed to get a there we go, an audience with the free captains, a league of pirates bound together in order to protect themselves against the various threats that arrive through the oceans that surround the city. The Shackles is known for a number of different things, threats such as the navies and the freedom fighters and fellow pirates that travel through this entire region. The free captains heard our hero's plea to return to the Metagalti Isle, home of the Red Mantis assassin, so they could find who had framed our heroes and put them, basically, exact their revenge. I was going to say justice, but yeah. So, as our heroes were listened to at tedium by the free captains, they were asked a number of questions as to, question their sanity, question their motivations. But eventually, they offered something to the court that intrigued, at the very least, the Hurricane Queen. Firstly, the Tempest rune that was provided to her as a show of good faith, but following which, a special and rare artifact, which I can't remember what it was. Did I tell you what it was?
It was the gemstone that we thought was, that to us just seemed like it was an old useless relic, but apparently it's a very specific gem. The
Yes.
ruby, I think it was called, but it wasn't quite a ruby.
Yes, the ruby.
The eye. It was the eye of
Eye of Akachek. Yeah. So, that is what our heroes have offered, the Eye of Akachek, in exchange for transportation, of which this deal was accepted. But to ensure that that there was no funny business, our heroes were offered, should I say, to have two of their party members remain in Port Peril in the courtesies of the free captains, both Nesmit and Kara. After taking a bit of time to think it over, our heroes accepted and have begun preparations to sail. Now, Helena has set up the ship to leave on the docks, and she is about ready to leave. Everyone is gathering and piecing together their belongings. Rondak has managed to find a small kind of like dumpster at the back of like these series of shops, one of which is filled with a wide variety of clockwork and alchemical stuff that can be salvaged or scrapped. While rifling through them, a click of a gun had been heard, and this is where our story will begin. So, Rondak.
Yes.
The gun clicks behind you. You feel a presence moving up next to you. Meg, this individual who has been rifling through your through the scrap bins, you know that there's plenty of dangerous materials in there, and in the wrong hands could not only hurt the person stealing it, but could hurt other people as well. You've been dumping things here for quite a while because it's so out of the way and so far gone that, well, quite frankly, no one comes here, so you're pretty safe. However, this individual, yeah, he kind of seems a little bit like he might be using some of the scrap here for, purposes that may not necessarily align with your sensibilities.
My delicate sensibilities.
Delicate sensibilities. So, you've pulled a gun on him.
Yes, so you'll hear the sound of the weapon, the hammer pulling back, followed by, what do you think you're doing?
Shopping.
That's a dumpster.
This is where the best stuff is, right here.
No. The best stuff, and she'll point in some random direction that she knows better than I do. And she'll say, "Is three doors down that way."
See, that's where you're mistaken. This is where you find the best items. This is where I find what I need.
The gun in your face right now suggests that I am correct.
Oh, fine. Wait your turn. I'm almost done. And then you can help yourself.
No, come out of there. That's dangerous.
I'm not done yet.
At this
That
point,
doesn't make it less dangerous.
Rondak, what's your physical communication? What, like, are you still hunched over the bin, or at this point, are you just stopping to deal with this?
Yeah, he'd still be hunched over the bin for sure. He will have stopped rifling through it just to look at her, and then whenever it's not his turn to speak, essentially, he'll still be like rifling through it and searching for what he's looking for.
All right. You're aware she's got a gun, right?
Right? And I have
Yes,
pulled it back.
he is aware of that.
Cool, carry on. I just wanted to be sure.
But he also knows that there are very dangerous things in here, and he is willing to bet that she would not risk letting off a shot around the materials that are here.
All right.
He's not entirely wrong.
I love the pure audacity that Rondak carries into every situation, and he doesn't even realize it.
Hey, he's just doing what he does. This is how he gets his materials. He's a scavenger, so he just happened to hit the mother lode this time, and it's great. From his point of view, there is nothing wrong with what he's doing. This is how it works.
Exactly, but he's coming across as so sassy to anyone else, like, I'm not done yet.
That's fair. That's fair, yeah.
I love it.
Don't make me get physical. I hate getting physical.
Is there something in here in particular that you're looking for? I can find it for you pretty easily.
I'm looking for you to back the hell up.
Oh my god, why are you so pushy? I'm almost done. Just like
All right,
2
I'm
more
gonna,
minutes.
because I'm not gonna shoot him. I'm going to try to grab the back of his whatever he's wearing and pull him away.
All right. Make a athletics check as you try to grab Rondak and pull them out of the dumpster.
I can't click in my sheet. It keeps dragging it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I did.
In athletics?
There we go. No. Like it won't let me click and drag the number to roll.
Just double click it.
Okay, cool. Nope, that didn't do it either.
Are you clicking
What
on
is
proficiency
this?
or are you clicking on total?
I am clicking on... Oh, yes, thank you. You're so smart. Thank you, Dag.
You're welcome. All right, with a 35. Rondak, what is your fort save plus 10?
that is 35.
All right, that means that, yes, Meg grabs onto you and manages to drag you away from the dumpster.
What the hell is your problem? You realize how dangerous this is?
Sorry, I'm laughing now. How dare you, sir?
Hey, he's the professional here, at least in his mind. He is the professional.
Indeed.
It's true.
So she will let him go if he starts to make his way back towards it. She's going to try to put herself between you and the dumpster. And she's going to say, I know it's dangerous. I know better than you that it's dangerous. This is my shit that I put in here.
Rondek is going to laugh when she says she knows better than him. He's straight up just going to laugh at that. Be like, trust me, I know exactly what I'm doing. Thank you. All right? I've been doing this for probably longer than you've been alive.
Fight, 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 fight.
Right?
Also, why are you so attached to this dumpster? Is it yours?
Did you not hear what I said?
Yeah, I know it's dangerous. That's why I'm here.
I take the most dangerous things that I have that I no longer need or are of no use anymore, and I come all the way over here to put them in here. Your dumbass is rifling through it.
Yes, because I take the most dangerous things that people like you wastefully throw out, and I use them to make something new. That's what I do.
Like what?
Like what, she says. He's going to reach into his pouch and pull out one of his bombs. This particular one has a faint bluish white glow, and it is arcing with a little bit of electricity over the bits of metal that are sort of cobbled around the glass vial inside of it. And he kind of has to, every so often, he tosses it from one hand to the other because the arcs will come out and hit his fingers a little bit. The arcs of electricity.
Nice. It's like because it's only because you've put it in like a recycled glass bottle that it's got like little cracks in it, so it's like the electricity seeps out every once in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it. All right,
like it.
Meg, can you make me a craft check, please?
Yes.
Honestly, this looks amazing. Like, it's not just the fact that he's made a bottle of bottled lightning. It's the fact that he's done so with nothing but scraps. Like, as he says, it takes a level of expertise that you didn't realize this individual had. Basically because he doesn't exactly dress or seem like the kind. You know, but what he holds in his hand is something that attests to his skills for sure in terms of what you see. Your feelings that this person may, accidentally blow themselves up kind of dissipates a little bit, and is instead replaced with this fascination with the bomb that he has made.
And that goes along with my my deity. One of the anathema is to basically discourage innovation. So Meg is definitely starting to feel like okay. But she will say, "Can I see it?" She wants to hold it. She's holding out a hand. Her not weaponed hand. Her left hand. Her right hand, excuse me. Holds it in her left.
Rondek is going to eye her incredulously for a moment, sort of taking her in, measuring her up. You know how dangerous this is, right? If I give it to you, you have to be very careful. Do not drop it.
She's gonna put her pistol away so she doesn't have to try to do this with one hand. I've got it.
All right. You take it and you examine it. In this moment, both of you start hearing your names getting called. Kailu, Balsam, and Pietro, you have been looking for Rondak. And Meg, some of your crew have been looking for you as well. Now, you don't hear them calling out together. They're in different places, but you are being summoned.
I'm going to need that back. I got to go.
She will begrudgingly hand it back and say, "Yes, I do too."
Such a missed moment. It's like, yeah, hey, keep it. Don't worry about it.
I know, right?
He is not going to give it away.
Nah, give my shit back.
At least not to somebody he just met.
Fair.
Rondak will take it, put it back in the pouch that he pulled it from, and then he is going to, real quick, dive halfway back into the dumpster to root around for a second, grab one specific thing that he was looking for, and then take off.
Sure. Roll me a d20.
Already? I can. Huh.
Nice.
Okay. Not great. It's a 10.
Yeah. You find a few little bits and pieces, not just one, that you've managed to grab from the dumpster.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Yeah. Okay. Meg, what about you?
I'm not gonna go dumpster diving. I'm just gonna go leave and go back to the crew.
All right. Done and done. As you enter your crew, you learn that you are about to head out, to grab what you need and be on the docks within the hour. A lot of people here have just tons of trust for you. You can definitely see that they're here to kind of like on someone's orders to get you. Like they're not like being like, oh, what the hell are you doing? They're being very respectful and stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
As for Rondak, you arrive like kind of turning around and head down, and you can see Balsam and Kylo and Pietro. They've gotten all the stuff that they needed through their shopping and through stuff as well. Yeah, and likewise tell you that you are leaving within the hour. Do you make mention of your encounter or anything of the sort?
No, not yet. It was just sort of a random thing, and he's not going to think much beyond that of it, obviously, until they end up on the same ship together. But for now, he probably won't mention it.
Oh,
Sure.
sure.
Could you imagine if I just don't do that? If I just send Meg off into a different thing? It's like, yeah, ha, psych, different
Right.
character.
She's not actually part of this game.
Just a little cameo. Pietro will ask how the dumpster diving went, though.
It was productive. I found exactly what I was looking for, and I was able to finish up something that I was working on. So it was good.
Does this happen usually whenever you dumpster dive? It seems like it happens every time you find the dumpster wherever we go.
Well, yeah, that's where the best stuff is usually.
Yeah. We have to start looking at dumpsters then.
I highly recommend it. People throw out the craziest things.
I'll take your word for that, Rondak.
Okay. Sorry, I'm back. Hi. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hello.
Wastefulness. That's the
Kylo
word.
just kind of looks. Kylo just kind of looks at him, going, "Really?"
You mean it's incredible? You've seen what he makes with what he finds in the scrapyards.
Well, there is. that.
Rondak's gonna pull out some bits of things that he found and hold them out in both of his hands and be like, "Look at this. This is gold. You can't find this in the shops. They keep this away from everybody. This is what I really need." And to anyone else, it's just gonna be like random scraps of metal, springs, that kind of stuff, hinges. No, everybody's gonna look at it and be like, "That's garbage." That's
Yellow
what that
cake
is.
uranium. Just,
Exactly. I got some of that in there.
I turned to Balsam just like, we've made sure he's up to date on all his shots. Yes.
Rondak
I'm
does
not-
what Rondak wants. I'm sure he's up to date with all his shots and everything.
You'd know that man has never had a tetanus vaccine a day in his life.
Tetanus?
I'm joking.
As you gather up your stuff, you begin to make your way towards the docks. There, both Nesmith and Kara are there to say a final farewell before you embark upon the ship. The vessel, known as Kailu's Folly, is awaiting you and is, has lots of people adding stuff to the ship. Like, basically, instead of just taking you out to sea and out to where you're going to, they're also doing a couple of milk runs, like to a few islands. So they're loading up some supplies and some things for the travel as well. You also see that the front of the ship where the figurehead is basically a version of Kailu, but like trussed up, like with shibari BDSM kind of thing, with a blindfold and a gag in his mouth, like just stuck on the front as a figurehead.
I like this ship.
Look at Pietro going.
Balsam was kind of looking at it with his head
really
turned.
happy about this.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't
I
like
just
this
hope
shit.
Meg helped
Yeah.
with it. Is all.
There's
That's all I need.
there's definitely a grudge that is being communicated.
I didn't know you were
I
into that,
didn't think she
Kyler.
was. I'm not. I didn't
Be
think she
about to
was
be.
this angry.
She's pretty mad. She was about to leave behind her entire life as a pirate in order to settle down and become and actually start a family and a future. It's terrible. Yeah.
Pietro looks so disappointed in you, Kylo.
Wasn't it that Morocco job? Can't remember.
You and I remember Morocco very differently.
Get on the boat, Kylo. Just go. Just get on the boat.
Kylo climbs onto the boat. pulling his hat down over his face so it's a little bit shadowed, so it's not quite so obvious.
And can I have Kara will like privately pull them aside one by one and tell them each the same exact thing, which is it's your responsibility now to watch over them. She will say that to all four of them.
Sure. Very well. You may absolutely do that.
You said she's going to pull them all aside away from the group. That works perfectly.
Yeah, I think that's what you said, right?
Yep, one by one.
Okay.
That works perfectly because Rondak would want to pull Kara aside because the thing that he's been tinkering with for the last like day and a half or whatever is a gift for her that he has that he's going to give her. But he wouldn't do that out in the open, so he would definitely pull her aside. So the fact that she's pulling him aside works for that.
Sure.
And it's a small, normally it's made out of a bronze cylinder, but this one is just, it's like a pale gray metal, bits of rust on it. Because again, it's whatever he could find. It's about the size of a potion bottle. And he's going to hand it to her and he's going to be like, if you ever find yourself in trouble and I'm not here to get you back, just push this button right here. Point the open end at the person coming at you, push this button.
She's only slightly afraid of what will happen at that point, but she knows Rondak, so she would just thank him and say that she will.
What he has just given her is a spring-loaded net launcher. In case she gets into trouble, she can trip somebody up.
I love it. And what's the reaction, Kara?
Is he telling her this, or is he just doing the point this that way?
That's where he'll leave it at first until like if she looks a little concerned, then he'll be like, it'll shoot a net. It's fine. It's a loose net that you can use to trip somebody up if they're coming at you.
She'll inspect it a little closer, like she knows what the hell she's looking at, and then she'll say, "Damn, Yura's making something new. Thank you. It actually genuinely means a lot to me." And she lost her accent again. My bad.
Yeah, it happens. And because Rondak is very uncomfortable with positive displays of emotion, he's just going to sort of awkwardly like pat her on the shoulder with an open hand that doesn't like curl around her shoulder at all, just like flat, and then just walk away.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Anyone else want to say any words?
To Kara specific.
I mean, Kara or Nesmith.
Bond's not here.
I'll have to roleplay Bond.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Pietro will. He's definitely gonna get punched for this from Kara, but give both of them a hug.
There's no punching. There's just tensing. I would say tensing, very awkward, like not used to what? Okay, this is the thing we do now.
You hear the sound of something in Nesmith's jacket breaking, like a bit of glass, and he's like,
"Oh no,
I'll have to deal with that later." I'm going to miss you,
no,
Pietro.
I know to hug Nesmith very lightly. I've been around this kid for a while. I know that it's more of just a little shoulder pat for him. Otherwise, he will die immediately from whatever's inside of his vials.
Safe travels. And in case you ever need it, here's a little something special for each of you. Pietro, Rondak, Balsam, and Kailu, you are each given a dose of unidentified liquid. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat this as a use-all poison. So whatever you need to use it for, it'll be of an appropriate DC. But if you want to coat an arrow with it, then it is a contact poison. If you want to put it in someone's food, it's a ingested-based poison. If you want to, like put it in someone's eye, whatever. Depends on how you want to use the poison. Nesmith gives you something. So later on down the track, you'll be able to, it's a flexible reward type thing.
Thank you.
Very
that's
nice.
great. You too be good.
Thank you.
No.
I was worried about that.
Why would I do that?
All right. You get up and you begin to make your way towards the boat, where in which awaiting you is a, well, somewhat surly crew of individuals. As a variety of pirates watch you get closer to their vessel. They kind of scowl, arm themselves. At the top of the stairs, you see none other than Helena. Nope. Nope. There we go. Aha. I knew I had her.
Sorry, the nope, as you just cycled through was great.
Thank you. It's a button. I'm sure I've got to push it. Anyway. Helena looks at you and says, "Welcome aboard. Now, a couple of rules for sailing aboard my vessel. First and foremost is that my word is the word of any deity or creature or pantheon or whatever you worship. The moment you step onto these wooden slats here, none of them matter. If I tell you to jump, you leap in the air like your life depends on it. If I say to be quiet, then your voice drops to the sound of a mouse cowering from a cat. The journey to the Metagalti Isle is an easy one, and I expect no complications. None whatsoever." Looking at Kailu very directly when she says this. Now, the running of the ship is going to take a lot of my time and a lot of my energy, and I do not have patience to be babysitting a group of lily-livered landlubbers. So I'll be putting my first mate in charge of overseeing your accommodations aboard the vessel. If you have any problems or any issues, you bring it up with her. She yells out, "Meg!"
And over comes a Tanuki that looks vaguely familiar to Rondek.
"These are our honored guests, Meg. Make sure that they're put up somewhere comfortable."
Did you give him the speech?
You were here on the dock.
Because that one over there, she's gonna point right at Rondek, say that doesn't know how to listen all that well.
She looks over at Rondak and she says, "Are we gonna have some kind of problem, Mr.
Rondek. Name's Rondek. And no, we won't. She happened to interrupt my work, that's all.
Well, aboard this ship, you're interrupting ours. So stay in line and keep your head down." She kind of glares at you angrily.
The urge to be sarcastic is very high right now.
Me could.
If you don't want to go on this trip, you could.
I don't know. She'll take you on your trip. Whether or not you get to the island, that's a different question.
That's fair.
Just the first thing that popped into my head was, I'll think about it. But I don't feel like he would say that. So
Fair.
He'll just probably give a nod and go with it.
So yeah, either way, Meg would probably just say, I got it, boss, and give her the two-finger salute.
She says, "All right, anchor's up. We leave with the tide." And you watch as everyone just starts moving. Balsam, Kylo, Pietro, there's a couple of sailors who intentionally kind of like bump your shoulders as they kind of get onto the boat and stuff. you get the impression that no one wants to take this trip. But they are anyway. As you watch the crew working tirelessly, Meg shows you to your quarters. There are actually some guest quarters where some hammocks have been set up for you guys to all utilize. There's a small chest kind of thing for belongings and stuff beneath the hammocks, and otherwise that's basically it. It is the closest thing you get to quote unquote private quarters. Cool. The scene is yours. You are Meg. You're the tour guide. It is up to you.
All right. Yeah. She'll lead them to the room, as he said. How long is it going to take them to get there? Like hours or days?
Days.
Okay. So she'll let them know. You eat when we say. Food's ready. You move when we say to get out of the way. Running a ship's a lot of hard work. I expect you all to respect that.
Of course. Thank you for a tour around your beautiful vessel.
And as I feel I have been rude up to this point, name is Megami. Everyone calls me Meg. Don't even worry about the Yumi. Anyone calls me Yumi, though, and you will probably test how well you can swim.
Fair enough.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Megany. Thank you for taking us on this adventure.
My name is Pietro, by the way.
Dip her head and say, well met. Looking at Kylo, Balsam, and Rondek.
Kylo's going to look at Meg and go, I'm Kylo.
Oh. I'm surprised she let you on here.
You know what? So am I, to be honest.
I think it will most be our job to make sure she doesn't forcefully remove him while we're at
Do you
sea.
have stories? Because I have stories.
You've never informed us of this, Elena.
Oh, Helena has told me several. Yes, yes.
I will need to hear them.
I'm sure we can find time.
Balsam slides up to Kyler. Uh-oh. Somebody's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I'm not too happy about all of this, I've got to admit.
In any case, my name is Balsam. If you need anything, granted, there's not much you guys need, of course, here on the ship as it is your place, but I'm happy to play some games with the crew if that helps morale or anything like that.
I will certainly keep that in mind. The eyes are on you, Rondek.
You already heard my name. No. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm Rondek. We met.
You did. That is true.
We did. Yeah, so she won't really be like, it's nice to meet you, because, yeah, they've met. It was a little weird. So she'll just continue back into her spiel about if you need anything, you can ask. I might not be able to give it, but you can ask me. I will be in the area at all times to make sure that nobody is giving you grief and you aren't giving anybody else grief.
We would be the last people to give grief to hardworking people like your sailors.
I would like to believe you. We shall see.
All right. You all begin to settle in. You hear the sounds of the ship as it begins to set sail. The oceans crash against the sides of the ship. The wind catches the sails as you pull out with a lurch. You hear the whistling sounds that seem to come from the ship's crew as they begin to signal each other. And you are now off.
Reminded me I should have had Sirenscape up.
Rondak is going to, not obviously, at least in his mind, it won't be obvious, make his way towards the back of the ship and sort of watch the docks until Kara is out of sight. And then he'll turn away, and he is going to remove his mask, drop it over the side of the ship, and put his hood down.
As the mask lands in the water, it sinks beneath the waves. A crab grabs it and uses it as a home. I do have a maskless version of you, but I have not had time to put it up on the rest of the stuff. But but I'm going to share it with you just so that if you approve of it, I will show it to our audience as a thing. If you would like me to work on it more, I will not take it personally. Because this was done with less time than I normally use on minis and stuff. Let's see, Lucas, here we go.
I mean, I've seen what you pull off in like 5 minutes. I'm sure it's great.
Okay.
I think Mac has something. It looked like you just raised your hand.
Oh no, I was agreeing about the.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, what do you think?
I have something after, but not yet. Don't worry. Thank you though.
I dig it. I like it.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So just to show everyone...
Woo!
There we go.
Nice.
Rad. That's rad.
Yeah, so that is maskless Rondak.
I was expecting the pallor. That's really interesting.
All right, so there you go. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The first day goes by reasonably uneventfully. This close to Port Peril, there is not much other than the sound of the gulls following the ship and the waves. Pietro.
Sorry. Is it okay if Pietro pulls Balsam aside real quick?
Sure. You need to
Sorry.
stop apologizing and do your thing. It's okay. You just don't need to apologize for existing. You're fine. So, at some point during the first day, Balsam, you are pulled aside by Pietro. There's not many very private places to kind of be, but at this particular time of the day, the front of the ship isn't too bad. The noise of the other sailors are working hard and stuff like that, and yeah, they kind of, you know, like, they create enough crowd, like, what do you call it, like cover noise and stuff like that, you know.
Just for chat's reference for this, if in between games, Matt and I decided that Pietro and Balsam have a bit of a bet going on, where whoever does the most impressive work involving blood during combat wins, essentially. For Pietro, that means that he gets to ask one question about the features of Balsam's face each time he wins. Well, he did win at first a lot more because he was one kind of helping Balsam get more comfortable with magic, and blood magic specifically. It's become very, like, less and less common as Balsam's gotten higher and higher in level. It's been a bit hard to keep up, so he's been quite proud about this and has been waiting for this moment. Just one thing, before we got too far, if it's fine for me to cash in on my win.
Balsam's shoulders slump. Damn. It's kind of hurting you forgot about that.
You know you keep beating me lately. I don't get the chance to do this very often anymore. You're growing so much.
I appreciate it, but still, it's kind of hoping you forget it. You know, at one point, you will stop forgetting stuff, Pietro. I kind of hope this was the start of it. Oh well. All right, very well. Ask your question.
Well, that old. I am only 200. My goodness. Okay. For most of the questions so far, because this hasn't been to genuinely pry. This was at start just an exercise to get Balsam to open up. So it's been ridiculous questions like how many moles or things like that. At this point, he's kind of run out of silly questions to ask. So, when you smile, do the lines of your eyes crease?
You trying to see if I have crow's feet? Me? Crow's feet? The absolute epitome of attractiveness, and yeah, I have creases on my eyes.
No need to talk of it like that. That just means that you are a happy man, that you smile. That's a good thing. And you're just kind of like shaking your shoulder a bit. Never denounce crow's feet. They are a good thing to have.
Listen, I have like a whole routine. Like I have all the creams, and I have all the oils.
That doesn't mean that you're going to get rid of wrinkles forever. That's not a bad thing to have them, especially when it shows that you have lived.
But I'm getting so old. I'm hitting the 35 mark. My career. Well, my side career.
Side career. You just see billboards of Balsam as like the poster boy of a moisturizing franchise.
Yeah. I'm starting to see why you don't want anyone else to hear this conversation.
Yeah.
You are fine. If it genuinely does make you uncomfortable to like keep asking, I will stop. You know that it was just
it's fine. It's fine. It's a good game that allows me to ask a question with you. What was up with that beast mode thing you had?
Oh.
Never seen you turn into something like that. You okay?
Petro look like he looks ruffled for a second. I do not know. You know that I pride myself on my form and prestige. Losing control like that was. I don't know what it was. And I don't know who to ask about it.
I mean, we could run some tests on your blood, see if there's anything changed in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps that's a good idea. Yes, I'm sorry about that. I do not like the idea of losing control.
No, but
so uncivilized.
But it is something that we have to keep an eye on. If you do lose control, you could, though it is greatly beneficial in a fight, it could mean that you can lose control at any point of time, which is dangerous.
I trust all of you that if I do become completely out of control, you won't linger too long on what needs to be done. Especially if it would start getting in the way of my infamy of prestige.
He shakes his head, his mask kind of like tapping against his face as he does so. No, I don't know if I'll have the strength to do that, Pietro. I don't know if Kyler has the strength to do that.
You're all very good friends, but first and foremost, well, you're not good people. You're good at what
do you mean? I'm a great person.
You are. Do not make me ridicule you on this. Do not make me do this. On the pirate ship, on the way back to our home, do not make me do this.
It's fine. Relax. When you have some time, give me a vial of your blood. I'll run some tests on it if I can. If I can't, actually, Rondak might have some tools that might help with that too.
Indeed. I hope to speak to him soon. I hope that he's doing all right with everything with Kara and Nesmith staying behind. I will try to catch up with him soon. I don't do it often enough.
That's probably the end of the scene. Yeah.
What's that, sir?
Was that? I think that was the end of the scene. I think that's a great way to finish that scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Does Possum say "and scene"?
He takes out like a thing from his. It's like and scene. Tap. Good work, everyone.
Right.
Great job. I'd like to thank the cameraman. I'd like to thank the lighting, the makeup artist. Pietro looks incredible. The mask had the
I
perfect
always
amount
do.
of lighting.
And on their
Look
merry
at
way they
that.
go.
Lunch. That's the
Wizard.
real reason.
Yeah.
Dag was silenced.
Yeah. Kailu, why? What are you doing on board the ship while stuff is going on?
Kalu is, on deck as much as he can be because he doesn't really like being stuck underground, but he's also staying as far away from Helena as he can. Probably gonna go and talk to Rondak a bit.
Okay.
amongst
And
other
Meg would be more
things.
than happy to help keep you as far away from Helena as possible for both of your sanity's sakes.
There you go. So, it's like, so Rondak, we've known each other for a while. Have I ever seen you without a mask? I can't recall.
No, I've worn it in public for years.
No disrespect here, but why? You look pretty good.
Rondak's gonna chuckle at that one. He knows that he doesn't look good. Years of combat in Hobgoblin Society, and then years of various explosions and things in his workshop. He looks like a typical Hobgoblin. Maybe a few more scars than most. But he'll just sort of laugh and look at Kailu and say, "It's fine. You don't have to lie to me to try to make me feel better."
Well, you don't look bad.
Yeah, I know. Not a lot. It's an acquired taste. Not a lot of people are fans of this, and he'll motion to his face. It's another reason for the mask. A lot of people get scared before Kara and I would even have a chance to get to work.
I have met other hobgoblins in the past, so maybe I'm a little more used to it than some, I guess.
I appreciate that.
If I was a hobgoblin, you would probably be considered fine looking, but I've got to admit that it's not quite my cup of tea. But he kind of looks over towards wherever Helena is. But it is what it is. So,
Yep. So I'm not well versed in, we'll call it romance, I suppose, is probably what you would refer to it as. But I'm picking up on the fact that you might have done something pretty bad here.
yeah, I am too. I didn't think it was. I mean, it wasn't working between us. Our schedules were. I mean, you know what our schedule's like. We get called, we go. She was much the same thing. She'd be at sea. There was more than one case where I was supposed to be there when she got home. We got called out. She got back. I wasn't there. There were times she was supposed to be back and got delayed, and we argued a lot about that. So, I thought that we parted on, well, not great terms, but not bad terms. But I've certainly gathered that impression was not correct. I guess maybe I was a little naive.
Rondak looks incredibly uncomfortable trying to have this conversation. He does not do emotions well. So yeah, he's going to look really uncomfortable, but he's doing his best here to try to help. And he's going to do kind of what he did to Kara and give him the little like open hand pat on the shoulder and be like, "There. I'm sure you did fine."
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Have you ever thought about some of your toys and stuff? Do you make any small enough that we could be delivered via Arrow? We talked about it once, but we never really had a chance to go into it. I mean, I've always been able to use Nesmith's poisons and whatnot, but feels like I could be,
Yeah. I mean, I can make anything.
On your thrower. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can make anything from, a few inches to, well, I mean, you've seen my weapon, and he'll point over his shoulder to the giant tube on his back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if there's something specific you're looking for, let me know and I can work on it.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't thought about it other than as much as anything else, if you think of something, then we should be doing it. But certainly every now and then being able to start a fire or blow something up that, at maximum bow range would sometimes be a good distraction, or if nothing else.
I'll see what I can do to scale my bombs down a little bit to fit on an arrow without affecting it too much.
Yeah. I'm thinking less about damage probably than more about distraction, but if you can do damage too, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, we should be able to compromise between the two.
Yeah. Anyways. Could be handy. So, how are you liking the sea?
It's different. I am not used to this. I don't do boats.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cut in here because just a pro tip. When you're at the point of like small talk of like, so that ocean, right? That's usually a sign to change the scene, not try to continue that level of small talk. But as you have spoken with Rondak, like I said, the day does go by relatively quickly. That evening, you are served your meal, but away from the crew. Meg puts you in your quarters and provides you with a table where you guys can sit around and eat. Plenty of room for it and stuff like that. But as you end up enjoying your food, Meg, you are asked by one of the crewmates to that there's something wrong with one of the cannons. Apparently, regardless of how they seem to be tying it, it seems to continue slipping. And if it continues on like this, not only is it not going to be able to be used, but in the middle of the night, it might end up crashing around. And if you can see above me the orientation of your ship, if the cannons are slipping around, it'll likely damage the life rafts as well.
All right, she will sigh. Does she have any reason to believe that he's either fucking with her or has an issue with one of these gentlemen? And Pietro, what are you? I'm sorry. What is Pietro's gender?
He, him.
Okay. These gentlemen.
Doug.
Or if
Sorry.
there's actually something wrong.
No, doesn't. Make a perception check.
Mhm.
What level are we? 15. No, they seem to be, like, again, just trying to do like the regular maintenance stuff.
All right, so she will oh my god. Pietro. She's going to talk to Pietro. And she'll say, "I'll be back in just a minute. I'm going to trust that no one here will get out of hand.
I'm keeping
And then
an eye on
she'll head up to try to go fix it.
All right. You all continue eating as Meg, you are brought onto the deck by two crewmen. As they as you inspect the cannon, can I get you to make a craft check? Nice. Oh, sorry. Ignore the DC. That wasn't the DC for it. 34 is actually what you needed. You look around and you can see that sure enough the cannon is not affixed as it should be. But you hold up a rope, and you notice that the rope's been cut.
Right? She's going to try to subtly look around for Helena.
Helena will be in the captain's quarters.
Okay, I don't know if she was out and about. All right, she's in her shit. Okay.
The crewmen say, something wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong. If I had known about this 2 days ago, this wouldn't have been a problem.
What was that?
I don't exactly have time to sit here and talk to you about it. I need to go grab something.
Well, what do you need to grab? We're here to help.
Yes, and I am very capable of grabbing things on my own.
Yes, Mom. Anything you'd like us to do? You are the first mate, after all, and the one who's our boss, so you kind of tell us to do stuff normally, so you tell us what you want us to do.
I want you to stay right here and wait 2 minutes, and I'll be right back.
Aye.
She's going to attempt to go to the captain's quarters. I don't imagine this is going to go exceptionally well.
Sure, you go to the captain's quarters. You knock on the door. Helena is there, and she says, "Come in."
All right, Meg will come in. Is anybody else in the room, or is it just her?
Just the captain.
All right.
Our guest causing trouble already.
Something like that. She's gonna get close, real close. And
Okay.
she's gonna lower her voice, and she's gonna say, "We might have a problem, and not with our guest." Well, I don't think with our guests. I've been watching them all day.
Huh?
Somebody has cut one of the ropes holding the cannons. I don't know how to word it. Sorry. She would. I don't.
Is the one of the anchor tethers?
Anchors. Okay, I thought you meant like the cannon to stop it from shifting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's what it is. So it anchors it to the ship so that when it shoots, it doesn't fly back.
Got it.
Yep.
I thought you meant the anchors like you drop anchor to stop the ship,
no.
not anchoring the. Got it.
Yeah.
English. It could be one of our guests. I'm not entirely positive. I don't think it was. As I said, I've been watching them all day.
Well, keeping in mind that they have at least at some point or another separated.
Yep.
And stuff. Which
she's just not going to be like, and then I lost track of them. So.
That sounds really deceptive.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Let's make a deception check here to see if you can.
Ooh.
Yeah. No. She realizes you're just trying to cover your ass at this point on this.
Mm-hmm.
She like the thing is she trusts you. Oh man, that's a hard one.
But she knows when not to trust me?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
in this particular time, she says, "Look, maybe it's nothing. Keep an eye on our guests properly, and I don't know, just yes, if you notice anything suspicious or strange, come let me know.
All right.
Without any evidence, I'm not going to start a witch hunt on my own ship.
No, I mean, I don't know that it wasn't them. I just... There's a problem,
I'm
going to help try to find it.
Look, I might have a problem with Kailu as a person, but as a captain, I've been tasked by Tessa Fairwind to deliver them safely to the Metagalti Isles. Now, if they are trying to sabotage our ship, then the only people that aren't getting to where they need to go is them. So I don't know who is responsible, but I'm putting you in charge to find out.
I've got it.
Okay. I believe in you, Meg. You need to believe in yourself too, all right?
I will, Captain. And then she's gonna leave.
All right.
Do we have, I imagine, spare rope so I can replace the
tons
cut?
of rope.
So she's gonna go find rope and try to re-tie it.
Yep, you do so. You get the spare rope, you tie it off. The two guys are still waiting for you there.
I want how far away are the anchors, the cannons from one another? The ones that are like side by side, how far apart are they?
About 5-10 foot.
Okay, so she is going to say, I need 4 people. I want 2 on each side. Excuse me, not side. Bow and stern to keep an eye out in case I lose track of our guests.
We can, ma'am. That's 4 crew members. By the way, you've got a total of 12 crew members for the day and night cycle.
Oh, never mind. That's, not nearly. Yeah, okay. So yeah, she'll just say, tell everyone to make sure they keep an eye open for our guests going places that...
Hi, ma'am. Yep, we'll let the others know for sure. Keep an eye on on our new guests.
And then she will go to head back to the guests in question.
All right. They finished dinner by this point. As you guys pack up for the night and prepare to sleep, Meg, where are you staying for the night? You do have your own private quarters. The crew has their own bunks, which is literally like across from where you sleep. The captain's quarters have an attachment for the captain's bunk, and the guests are kind of nearish there, near where the captain is.
If possible, I think that tonight, just because I am worried that one of these guys is sabotaging the ship, if I could just take a chair and plop it right outside their quarters, so they have to pass me to get anywhere.
Sure. You do so. And as you do so, could I get you to make me a fortitude save?
Mm-hmm.
Whilst that's happening,
Yeah.
in the evening before you go to bed, is there an opportunity to play gambling with the pirates, with the crew?
Make a diplomacy check.
Okay. A 39.
39 is enough. Yeah,
Wonderful.
they'll take your money.
Yeah, I'm going to elect to lose more than I win. So if I put in like say 20 gold, I want to come out with like say 3 gold.
All right. Well, we're gonna make a gambling roll for it. This is gonna be
cool.
this is gonna be a luck roll. So D20 plus your charisma.
D20 plus charisma. Okay. 13, not bad.
Okay. 13. Okay, not bad. Okay, so there is some back and forth for sure. You do end up losing very little, but you can opt to lose a little bit more if you'd like. As you are around with these guys, Meg, what do you do as Balsam is going off gambling with the crew?
Just keeping an eye on the other three.
Okay, very well. Eventually,
Will they?
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Sorry. Are they in different rooms, like near one another? Or are they all in the same room?
They're in different rooms. Oh, sorry. The players, they're all in
Our
the
guests,
same room.
yeah.
Yeah, they're all in
Okay.
the same room.
Then yeah, she'll just stay with them.
Okay, cool. A few hours pass before Balsam will return. And the night goes through. Now, Meg, you have a pretty restful sleep. Let's make a perception check as you watch over our guests for the night. Nice, beautiful. All right, nothing seems to transpire. You rest pretty well, but keep a weather eye out. The next morning, there is a stir. As you awaken, Meg, you're kind of one of the first people to wake up, followed by the other characters. But as you make your way around, you hear the sounds of a commotion coming from the deck. During the night, several crew members found the two individuals that Meg was talking to, whose names will be Jacoby and Alex. They are hanging from the mainsail by the neck.
Is Helena up? And seeing this as well?
Helena is not up yet. The crew is now down to 10 people. This
Okay.
is important. This is important for later.
Meg is gonna yell, "Somebody get the captain!"
Aye, you see this little so this 13-year-old deckhand. His name is Thomas. Thomas runs off. Captain. Eventually, the captain strides out. What happened?
And she'll also be directing them to people to cut them down.
Yeah, people go up and lower them down to the decks. By the time the captain comes out, they're being kind of laid out. How did this happen?
Meg will look around to see if anyone is going to speak up, and then she's going to say, "Who was the first to find them?"
They all sort of look at each other like no one's really speaking up. Chef comes out. That was me. I was the first one up when I was changing shifts. I was preparing for the morning meal when I heard more than anything else the creaking sound. When I went to go and hear where it came from, I saw them, the silhouette cast onto the ground. Scared the living shit out of me right now, you know. It was very, very frightening. And then they are dead.
And Meg would know around what time that would be?
Probably about 5 a.m.
Okay. And when did Balsam come back?
Balsam came back probably 3 o'clock, 3:30 maybe.
Okay. And she's fairly confident that she was able to keep an eye on these four in between that time?
The other 3, yes.
No. Between when Balsam came back
yeah. Yep. When they were there, yes.
Okay. Feel like I'm gonna defer to Helena for a minute here.
Helena inspects the bodies. There's no sign of struggle. No defensive wounds. What could have the strength to drag 2 full-grown men up the top of the mast and hang them? You look around. Not many people in the crew kind of possess this ability.
imagine none of our player characters do either.
No, not
Or do I
present.
not know that?
No, not presently. None of them seem to be able to.
Captain, would you like me to conduct a search?
No. Just prepare the bodies for a funeral. I need to think. She goes back to her quarters quickly. As our heroes see what's going on, Pietro, Kylo, and Balsam, and Rondak, what's your reaction to what is transpiring?
Pietro is while everyone is talking, is scanning the crowd to see if anyone looks particularly unsurprised, or if there are any tells within the crowd of foresight into this.
Make a perception check.
Let's look at the. Make sure I don't have anything for that first. I don't believe I do.
And while they're doing that, for my edification, 12 men, would that include first mate and captain, or you mean 12 men plus?
Oh,
Them.
plus the two of you. So there's 12
Okay.
people in the crew now.
Gotcha.
40.
All right. No one seems to be acting suspicious in any kind of particular way. There's a lot of like nerves that seem to be like kind of coming out at the moment more than anything else. Like a lot of people are like, talking about a demon on board the ship.
Pietro looks a bit uneasy at that, at hearing those whispers, but otherwise, that's all he does.
All right.
Looks like we've. Yeah. Looks like we're in another mess.
It's true.
Balsam's going to make his way up to Meg.
All right.
Meg, I'm sorry for the loss of your crew. I have a range of talents that could perhaps help if you're interested. I could potentially gain some information that might help know who the killer is.
How would she feel about, like, would that be disrespectful to the dead, or is that...
Define disrespectful.
These are good men. They deserve to... well, they should have died peacefully, which they didn't get to do that. I don't want to extend that suffering into the next life.
Well, I understand the respect that you have for your men, and I can understand that. But I can gain an assortment of information by examining and working with the bodies for a period of time.
Body desecration would be disrespectful, yes. How does it work?
How does the examination work?
Yes. Are you gonna do some magic shit?
I have been known to perform a variety of magics. Yes.
This
This
isn't
would be one of them.
necromancy, because this sounds like necromancy. I don't much like necromancy.
It's adjacent. It's not necromancy. It's adjacent.
I'm only
Some
having this
would call it
conversation because I know it
unusual.
wasn't you.
Sorry.
I said we're only having this conversation because I know it wasn't you.
I appreciate your trust. Thank you. But
you mean the professional killers? You mean
the professional
Yes.
masked killer who's robed and
Yeah, but I imagine
Yeah,
she's
you don't know what
confident
kind
in
of
her
sleeper
own.
build he has under there. He could just lift somebody up by the neck easy. You don't know.
That's true. That's fair.
he does
That's
look quite bulky because of his robes. Well, if you do wish for me to examine the bodies, let's say, I would recommend the quicker you let me know to perform it, the better. He's then going.
I would like to say, and yell at me if I should not do this. I would like to say that she would try to make an effort to allow that to happen in private, and ideally without bothering Helena with it, because she wouldn't want to put Helena in that position. But she does feel like finding out who or what just killed them is kind of important.
sure, that's not a problem.
Another thing is that I'll probably need Rondak's scientific help as well, if that's okay, Meg.
He had one of those. I don't know what it was. It looked. Yes, that's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Balsam and Rondak, can I get the both of you to make me a quick medicine check, please, as you take a look over the body?
How about an occultist check?
Medicine for the time being.
Okay. This is where I rely on Rondak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't do that. Don't rely on me.
Oh my god.
We're real bad at this.
Why did we think this could work?
Can Meg try to hop in on that? I don't know what are they trying to do right now? Just look for injuries on the body, or
They're investigating the body and certain things. Yes.
okay.
So this is
Can I jump in on that because this is my crew member?
Sure.
That's all right.
Pietro knows a little medicine, but I don't think he knows what y'all are doing, so it's just like, what?
Ah, critical fail too.
Awesome. So,
all right.
with all of
But
you,
my medicine was better than you guys.
with all of you critically failing,
You do realize that Kailu is actually a master in medicine. He's
Yeah,
team medic.
the characters that actually have medicine have not been consulted for the
not at all.
medicine.
But that's
I do.
but
I have medicine.
We don't know what's happening. We don't have any part of this.
As you
Yeah.
Well, that, no offense to Kylo, I'm not letting him near them because Helena would murder me for letting that happen.
as this happens, these individuals definitely have, as said, no defensive wounds, no defensive, markings, anything like that. And they seem to have, by all intents, died from asphyxiation from the ropes. Which implies to you that they climbed up the top of the mast and hung themselves.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are investigating this, there is very little you guys can piece together, other than the fact that these two crew members maybe were just incredibly unhappy, which makes no sense because you were in town the previous day and they could have just not come aboard the ship.
So you're thinking the same thing as what I'm thinking, Rondak?
You better unthink it.
Probably yes. But
You better
isn't gonna
unthink
like
it.
So these men do not have, are not prone to this sort of thing.
Sure, if we'd been on the seas for 6 months, we've been here a day.
All right. This is where I'll do the adjacent necromancy thing. So if you don't wish to be part of this, I would recommend you leaving now.
I'm staying right here.
Very well. I'm going to use an ability called Consult the Spirits. It is a 10-minute ritual to recall knowledge about a person if their spirit is still present in this area.
All right. What's the check involved?
It is an occult check.
All right, let's do it.
And occultism check. Oh, that's unfortunate. A 31, which I don't think beats my character. No, my character DC is 34, so it probably doesn't work that well. On a failure, I am unable to contact the spirits of this place.
All right. Unfortunately, you are unable to contact the spirits of the place. You do have a hero point.
Well, and there's 2 of them.
Oh, yeah, let's use a hero point. Yeah!
Oh, 20.
Woo!
Let's use a hero point.
All right, hero point it is.
Reroll that dice for a 34. Oh, that's unfortunate. You know what? We'll use the D20. Oh, we'll use the nat 20, shall we?
Nat 20.
Yeah, we'll use the nat 20.
All right.
All right.
There is a strong spectral presence here.
I can ask 3 questions.
Well, as you prepare to ask, these spirits manifest. Black ink begins to grow out of the wooden slats in the ground, and as they do so, you watch as these 2 ghostly figures rise up out of the brackish water. They appear to take the shape and form of the 2 dead crewmen. At this point in time, the whole crew who is watching basically steps back, gasps, what the fuck. The 2 shade-looking creatures basically, kind of like reach out. They seem to be trying to communicate, but they need a way for you to ask your questions. But during this period of time, there's just a lot of, how can I put it? There's a lot of tension that is now being directed towards our team. But to find,
Well, yeah, no, I had said I wanted it would have been private away from everybody. I didn't want the crew to see this.
There is no private away from everybody.
Not even in the quarters?
If you can go to captain's quarters, sure. I mean, even in the crew, even in the players' quarter area, it's still in the thoroughfare that's between.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
No, this works. This can work.
Does this look unnatural? I mean, obviously it's unnatural, but does it look like... Would Meg have any reason to pull her weapon on Balsam, thinking he's doing something bad instead of trying to help?
Well, we will come to that, because we are going to end today's session. As we are just about to hit that time.
I'll forget, Dag.
What's that?
I said, but I'll forget, Dag.
What, forget to pull a weapon on the team? No, I don't think you'll forget that.
That's fair.
All right, but guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's very, very funny because I was thinking to myself, like, when I was coming up with a plan of like, how do I do the mutiny? And I was like, oh my lord, if I have Calindria's new character on the crew, everyone immediately becomes a suspect. Like, there is no chance in hell the paranoia is not going to sit in, and everyone's like, the 2 guys that got murdered, never, and I mean this, never were going to betray the group. And it was just kind of amusing that it was just like, yeah, you 2 just stay here, you people. Indeed. Because you're going to stab me in the back and I'm going to be left alone and I'm going to die, and that's not going to happen. And I was like, and then just like, no, it's not. We're loyal.
Well, no, I wanted to talk to the captain alone, just because I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and yeah.
It was a cut rope. I mean, it could have been anything. It could have been like, it's like, did you see what was happening here? Like, yeah, it was a very suspiciously, it was a suspicious behavior, directed at these two guys who were just there to basically say, hey, we keep trying to.
We have a problem.
We have a
Yeah.
problem, and they're just doing their job. They're just like reporting this shit as it happens. But more stuff to come. Where is this mutiny coming from? Who's in charge? As we did indeed receive the secret menu item. It could be anyone. Could be a whole thing.
It's Kailu.
Yeah, and I will give you guys a hint though. If you guys are like me, big fans of vampires and stuff, the Voyage of the Demeter is one of my all-time favorite sort of concepts here. So I
That's
mean,
why Pietro specifically got concerned when you started saying demon on board. It's like, oh shit, is that my uncle?
Yeah, same.
or it could just be Pietro in beast mode.
Mm-hmm.
That was another thing he was thinking of. But he's like, wait, does that mean that that beast me actually has like poise? If it's like there was no like defensive wounds, maybe this isn't such a bad thing that I have a beast wound.
Maybe,
But no.
Who knows? We'll have to find out when we return next time. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your evening, whatever it is you are up to, and wherever it is you happen to be chilling out for the day. I hope you do so in good health and good fortune. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. Until we meet again, which will be later on this evening when we play Gatewalkers, which is currently at a yes for Gatewalkers. It is currently at a yes. Yes. Because there is something that might end up happening, but I'm going to try and have it not happen, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. But yes. But then, yeah, until we meet again, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we see each other, game hard or die trying. Goodbye. Farewell.
Happy Father's Day to those that celebrate.
Yes, happy Father's
Bye.
Day
Bye.
to those who celebrate and who have fathers. Those of you who don't have fathers, fuck you. No, don't, not honestly. Just it's just.
We'll fix that in post.
Yeah, this isn't your day, right? Back the fuck off, okay? Just because you have two moms. Some of us don't have any moms or any dads. Some of us are orphans, and those people become writers. Anyway, I don't know.
Dag, this is a strange
All
sign off, I
vigilantes.
gotta say.
This is my longest. It's my longest one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cass. I that was very insensitive. But you know what? I love you, Cass. Big love to you and all of your family. Big love to you, especially with the whole. I don't know if you have kids actually. I never actually stopped to ask if Cass has kids.
Cass has kids.
Cass has kids, right? I can't because I remember because the thing is right is when people talk about stuff, I like to play a little game. It's like, are you talking about a child or are you talking about an animal? Right? Like, it's like, oh, my little baby, like she turned 3 today. I'm like, dog or animal? Sorry, animal or person. It's like, yeah, no, they weren't feeling well. We had to take them to go see the doctor. It's gonna be really expensive, but you know what? They're worth it because we love them with all our heart. Animal.
It kind of
Love
like
going
in
for
Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
walks.
where they're trying to figure out
Yeah.
if Hitchcock's talking about his wife or
Yes.
a dog.
Yeah, wife or dog, yes. Is Kelly your wife or your dog? Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's the wife of your dog. Yeah, that's the game. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. Big love to everyone, all of my community, all of the stuff. It calls me Steve Owen. Crikey. Actually, you know what? I do have a word for that, but I don't want to say it because now I know that young people watch me. But yes, no, I have a yeah. It's a swear word. It's a swear version of the crikey thing. I used to say it, like quite a lot before I started working with kids. Anyway, good night. Farewell. We will see you guys when I'm looking at you guys next. Now, also remember, Gatewalker, we're going to be trying to make, but no guarantees. Messages will be in Discord. There is no Curse of the Crimson Throne on Monday. So there's that too. And so, yeah, then Reign of Winter next week. So, yay, go check all the cool stuff out. All right, love all you guys. Stay safe, stay wonderful, and until we meet again, game hard or die trying.